Well, hey guys, and welcome again to Into the Night. Tonight I'm just going to do another product review. This one here, this company Wuben. No, I haven't got a lisp. It's Wuben is the name of the company, and this is the X1 Falcon, they call it. So it's one of their X series lights they make. I've been pretty keen to get this torch and have it out. It's a bit of an interesting design. So let's get it onto the bench and we'll unbox it and I'll show you what it looks like. Here's the box. It's quite a nice box. We'll just look at some of the specifications first. So it's supposed to be 12,000 lumens on high, on turbo, and then down to 2,600 lumens on high, 1,000 on medium, 400 on low, and an eco mode which is 20 lumens. So maximum run time of 220 hours on that. So it's got strobe and SOS, 303 meter throw, and 23,000 candelas, IP55 waterproof rating on it, and 379 grams. It's with battery. So it actually has two 21700 batteries. But anyway, let's open it up. We'll take the torch itself out first, see what we've got in here. It's a nice lanyard and a USB-C to USB-C charging lead. Okay, we'll put that aside, and some instructions in the box. And this is the case it comes in. So there's a little bit of weight to it, like it's nearly 400 grams. It's not overly heavy, it's just probably nearly feels similar weight to my Leatherman. So it's not ridiculously heavy. So we'll just have a look at the torch. Now it's certainly a bit different. It's like about the size of a good sized power bank. So it's there you can see the torch. There's your button on the top there. So it's currently locked at the moment, but there's a little fan inside there. It blows through a heat sink, so when it gets hot, it blows air through there just to try and keep everything a bit cooler. Now the batteries, I believe it says do not disassemble, but I watched another video of someone else and he took that off and he did replace the batteries inside here. It's just two 21700 batteries inside there, but you'd have to be careful not to strip the threads into the aluminium housing here, but I'm not going to pull it apart and risk breaking something because it's not meant to. There you can get an attachment to use it as a bike light, so that they screw into there. But I'll turn it on. Now to turn it on, to get it out of the lock mode, you have to press that in quick succession 4 times. There we go. So 4 quick presses and that's on eco mode, so it's only 20 lumens. Now it's the same interface as the O-lights that I have done a lot of reviews on already. So it's press and hold and it cycles through your different brightnesses. And you just let your finger let go and at your desired brightness setting. So it's low, medium, high, and if you get to turbo, you double click. Oh, that's hot. That's very, very bright. So you can, if you triple click, it'll go to strobe. And if you go triple click a second time, it'll go to SOS. Or you turn it off, you turn it back on again, and it goes back to your last setting. So it has a memory to remember your last mode. So there's your little power indicator blue light in there, so once it drops down it'll start flashing once it gets down to a certain percentage, and then it'll go red, and then it'll start flashing red whenever it's once the battery gets down too low. So yeah, it takes a USB-C in the side there to charge it, a little rubber cap over there. The water fan is waterproof apparently, so look at that, it's some pretty 3 big LEDs in the end there. It's really strong, feels really good in your hand actually. It's comfortable to hold, considering it looks like it's a bit awkward, but it actually feels not too bad, and it's very, very solidly built. So this is they have three in this series, the X series. This is the biggest one, the brightest one, and so they have the X1. This is the X1. They have an X2 and an X3 as well, so the X3 is a pretty tiny little thing. I'll just show you, here's the little attachment there, the lanyard goes on there. It's got the slider on there to lock it onto your wrist, and yeah, so not a bad little lanyard. I don't use lanyards, so I'll leave that off, but just for the purpose of, I'll show you. So it has got a bit of a warning thing there, that front part will get hot. So yeah, let's get it outside and see what it looks like in the dark. Okay, so this is just on eco mode. Just walking out the yard here. I'll go to low, and you can see a lot better. Eco mode is still pretty good enough for walking. And then I go to medium. There's my targets out there at probably 20 metres and 30 metres. Now if I go to, that's high, so now I can see my target down there. You can't see it in the camera, but I can see the far ones out at the 200 metre mark, which is actually probably 175 metres, 170 metres from here. Now if I double click to go to turbo, look at that, it's just massive light. That thing's incredible. Right, now the fan's cut in. Just listen to you can hear it a bit, it's not real loud. It's just like a tiny little computer fan going. So yeah, that's really bright. So then you triple click to go to strobe. The strobe, triple click again, and it goes to SOS. Turn it off and back on again, and then it goes back to your last mode you're on. So you can just press and hold it and it cycles through from eco, low, medium and high. So that's high, and I've had it on for a while. The end of it here is getting fairly warm, but back on the handle behind where the fan is, it's barely even warm at all. So yeah, great little torch. I'm really impressed. I'm just going to compare it with the Olight Marauder Mini. Now it should be a lot brighter. Look at the difference in size. It's pretty well the same length, just slightly shorter than the Marauder Mini, but the size, it'll be a lot easier to carry around. It's not such a big head, big bezel. Now it hasn't got the function of they're not really comparable with all the functions of the Marauder Mini, because it's got red, blue and green lights as well as a spotlight, everything built into it. So but they advertise 7,000 lumens of flood, and this one's at 12,000. So this one should be a lot brighter with the flood. So let's just turn the lights off and give that a go. Alright, now this is the Wuben, and that's so the Wuben is actually definitely brighter, but it doesn't get the distance. So the Marauder Mini has a good amount of spread, but not quite as much as the Wuben. So it's a lot wider beam, just a really bright sort of floodlight. And there's the spotlight on the other one. So definitely different functions, but for a flood, this Wuben is definitely brighter than the Marauder Mini. So it should be at 12,000 lumens. But yeah, they both get quite warm around the bezel, but this other one's got a little fan inside, but not a bad little light. It's slightly warmer colour temperatures than the Marauder Mini as well. Okay, I'll just bring it into the house yard back here. There's a few trees and stuff around, so you can sort of just gives you more of a perception as to how bright this light really is. So that's the Marauder Mini on the highest brightness, 7,000 lumens. Those trees there are probably 20 metres, so it can really punch out a lot of light. It just really floods it out like daylight almost. And this one here is the turbo on the Wuben. This is the X1 Falcon. That thing is just phenomenal, the amount of light it puts out. It's a great little torch. Just the camera's not even doing it justice, it's so bright. But being on turbo for a while like that, the end is getting quite hot. So it's not something you're really not going to be wanting to leave on for too long in the turbo anyway. It will drop down in brightness after a bit. It'll only stay on for a minute and then it'll dim down. The end is nearly getting too hot to touch. But back here, you can see now it's starting to dim down. That fan is going, trying to keep it cool. I can feel there's a bit of hot air blowing out the side. The end of the bezel here is definitely nearly gets so hot you can hardly touch it. Back here on the handle it's still warm, like you wouldn't want it too much hotter than that, but all around the switch, all that area at the front, all this area here at the front is quite hot. So back here where you hang on to, it's not getting too hot to touch anyway. It's still warm though. I'm just going to show you the holster that they send. It's a really nice little holster, very well built, very nice fabric holster, and the torch fits really well inside. It's really quick and easy to get out. Now it does charge with the power delivery or USB-C, and it does support fast charging. They say it'll take about 2 hours to charge the torch. So yeah, it's just extremely bright. It's about all I can say. The only downside I've found, as I said before, it gets very, very hot on the end, so just be aware of that and be careful if you do get one. Probably not really hot enough to burn you unless you really hold your hand on for a long time, but it does get very, very hot. And there's no sensor in it, so holding your hand in front like that, anything too close, that's nearly getting too hot to touch. Too hot to even hold my hand that close for a bit, for that short amount of time. So yeah, if you do like the torch, head to the link in the description below. It is a great little torch. I can definitely recommend it. It's a very interesting shape and design, but I really quite like it. It fits really nicely in your hand, and as an everyday carry torch, it's really good to have on your belt. It doesn't protrude out a long way. You're not going to hit your arms on it and get caught on things. So it's very compact, but extremely bright for the size. So anyway, go and check him out in the link below, and if you did like the video and got something out of it, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and to help the YouTube algorithms, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more torch reviews and more hunting and shooting videos and other videos of the work I do here on the farm. And yeah, I'll leave the video at that, and I'll see you all in the next one.